Picture a coffee shop where two top-tier marketing directors are just totally going at it. On one side, you've got the old-school marketer. They're defending multi-day campaigns, big billboard placements, and fighting for that eye-level shelf space at the local grocery store. But on the other side, the new-school marketer drops a massive reality check. They aren't talking about physical shelves at all. Instead, they are obsessing over a 10-minute delivery window and a 15-second checkout screen. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're decoding a huge shift. The brands winning on quick commerce right now aren't the ones with the biggest catalogs. They're the ones who realize the checkout screen is their new primetime slot. Blinkit isn't just a grocery app anymore, folks. It is India's most powerful new media channel.
So let's dive straight into the number that is literally changing everything. 4,900 crore rupees. That is the projected ad revenue that Blinkit, Zepto, and Instamart are going to pull in during 2026. Just pause and think about that scale for a second. This is absolutely massive. We are not talking about spare change from logistics. This is a multi-billion rupee advertising engine. But here is the crazy part. Most brands are still buying ads on these platforms like they're just renting physical shelf space at a corner store.
And that brings us to the ultimate mic drop moment of that coffee shop debate. Our modern marketer points out that Blinkit, Zepto, and Instamart are, for all intents and purposes, media businesses today. They just happen to deliver groceries on the side. The traditional marketer is still viewing these platforms as modern-day delivery boys, but they're actually highly sophisticated behavioral engines. Buying an ad here? It isn't about renting shelf space. It's about guaranteeing visibility at the exact second a consumer's wallet is wide open. The contrast between these two mindsets is honestly brutal. The old-school playbook relies heavily on top of mind, spending massive amounts of money on Meta and TV, just crossing your fingers and hoping a customer remembers you 3 days later when they're in a store. But the new school playbook, it's all about top of cart. They don't care if you remember their ad from Tuesday. They literally only care about winning the #1 search slot on a Friday evening. Treating quick commerce simply as a standard Kirana store leaves a massive, game-changing competitive advantage completely on the table. And this concept brilliantly illustrates what we call the funnel collapse. Think about traditional e-commerce or retail. The path from seeing an ad to actually buying the product spans days. You might see a Meta ad on Monday, maybe browse the site on Wednesday, and then finally buy it on Friday. Quick commerce compresses that entire multi-day journey into a hyper-focused 10-minute window. You open the app at minute 1. By minute 3, you've searched, clicked a sponsored ad, and checked out. By minute 8, your doorbell rings. The marketing funnel hasn't just shrunk, it has completely collapsed into a single rapid-fire session. Thanks to saved addresses and UPI autofill, the actual checkout routine takes under 15 seconds. Impulse, trust, and speed all collapse into this tiny 15-second window. And here is the absolute secret to winning. That window has a CPM, a cost per 1,000 impressions. Most marketers out there don't even know what it is, but the ones who do are using it to buy category dominance that no traditional performance campaign can ever buy back. It is, right now, the most underpriced ad real estate in India. So what does it actually mean to win this real estate? It means achieving top of cart. You aren't competing for some vague future intention. You are competing for the very next order placed in the next 10 minutes. Say someone types oats into Blinkit at 7 a.m. They haven't decided which brand to buy yet. That generic search is the ultimate battleground. If your product is visible first, you win the cart. It is literally that simple and honestly that ruthless. To really understand the stakes, we just need to look at the entry costs across the big 3 platforms. Blinkit charges a 25,000 rupee listing fee per SKU per state. But here's the kicker. That's returned fully as ad credits. Zepto requires a 5 to 6 lock bundled entry package, and Instamart asks for an 8 to 10 lock quarterly brand pack. Look, these aren't just logistics fees. These are highly sophisticated media buys where you can track every single rupee right back to a specific sale. I mean, try doing that with a billboard in Mumbai. And the tactics on these platforms are getting so aggressive. Take Zepto's swap and save feature, for example. When a consumer adds a competitor's product to their cart, the modern marketer literally pays to have their own product pop up as a better value alternative, offering a simple single tap to switch brands. The consumer has already decided to buy in that category. You're just intercepting the final click. That kind of targeting precision, it simply does not exist on Google or Meta. But hold on, because there is a massive trap waiting for the new school marketer, the 47% ROS illusion. Platforms like Zepto and Instamart frequently calculate your return on ad spend using the maximum retail price, the MRP, and not the actual discounted selling price. So, if your MRP is 500 rupees but the item actually sells for 340, your dashboard is artificially inflating your returns by nearly 47%. If you don't manually recalculate this using the net transaction value, you're going to scale a campaign that is secretly bleeding money. Which brings up the massive elephant in the room. Why are these delivery apps so desperate to become media companies in the first place? To understand their incredibly aggressive push for your ad budgets, we have to look under the hood at the actual economics of quick commerce. Are these platforms actually making money by delivering your groceries? Well, the stark reality is no, they really aren't. Despite delivering nearly 200 crore orders last year, they are bleeding cash on logistics. In FY26, Blinkit lost over 3 rupees on every single order. Zepto lost nearly 79 rupees per order. Swiggy Instamart? Over 85 rupees lost per order. Traditional delivery fees and merchant commissions simply cannot cover the operational costs of running all those local dark stores. When you zoom out and look at the annual adjusted EBITDA, the cash burn is just staggering. Blinkit is sitting at a 277 crore loss, Instamart at 3,511 crore, and Zepto reported a massive 5,041 crore loss. This is an incredibly capital-intensive race. To survive building more dark stores and acquiring all these users, they desperately need a high-margin lifeline. And that lifeline? It's advertising. Ad revenue is the hidden profit engine of quick commerce. It operates on high, software-like margins that directly offset those massive operational losses from delivering goods in 10 minutes. Just look at Blinkit. Their ad revenue grew an astounding 220% year-on-year. That's growing much faster than their actual order volume. Ads now make up roughly 15% of Blinkit's total revenue. Without this media business, the entire quick commerce logistics model completely falls apart. But here is the harsh truth for you as a marketer. Your ad spend is completely useless if your physical supply chain is broken. In traditional e-commerce, a central warehouse handles the buffer. But in quick commerce, ads are strictly inventory-led. Your sponsored product will automatically stop delivering in a specific PIN code the exact second that local dark store runs out of stock. You simply cannot outbid a supply chain failure. So, how do you actually win this game? You need a precision playbook. Step 1. Secure a 90% plus physical fill rate in dark stores. Seriously, do not turn on a single ad until the stock is there. Step 2. Target peak intent. If you sell Saffola oats, don't run ads all day. Bid aggressively during that 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. breakfast spike. Step 3. Own generic keywords. Bid on terms like healthy breakfast or oats to intercept buyers before they even think of a brand name. And whatever you do, please avoid the biggest rookie mistake, launching on all 3 platforms at the exact same time. It will totally shatter your supply chain. You need a phased, multi-platform rollout. Start with Blinkit because its self-serve model gives you immediate data visibility. Once your unit economics and fill rates are stable there, roll into Zepto to leverage their swap and save futures. Then finally, scale up to Instamart to tap into Swiggy's massive cross-ecosystem audience. Ultimately, you're going to need a hybrid channel strategy. You can't put all your eggs in the quick commerce basket because the high platform commissions will definitely erode your margins over time. Use quick commerce for what it does best, driving high-frequency impulse buys, fast product trials, and absolute top-of-cart visibility. But balance that out by maintaining a deep catalog and reliable margin stability on traditional marketplaces like Amazon and Flipkart. So to wrap up that coffee shop argument we started with, the core lesson here is undeniable. In traditional retail, the best shelf space wins. In e-commerce, the best search result wins. But in quick commerce, the most visible product within a local delivery radius wins. It's not about brand loyalty built over months and months. It is about instant visibility and location-based availability executed in seconds. The digital shelf has evolved. The funnel has totally collapsed. The media game has officially moved to the 10-minute delivery app. So ask yourself, are you still treating India's most powerful new media network like a simple grocery aisle? Or are you ready to claim your primetime slot at checkout before your competitors steal it? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time as we decode the next big shift in business.